part of my boxing career, I worked for Don. I worked for Don King in the middle 2005 to about 2010, 2011. And the Klitschkos were the dominant heavyweights at the time. And they were tall, 6'7", 6'8", 6'6". And what they would do is they they weren't on their toes. They weren't bent down, but they were up. They were almost upright. But they would hit you in the shoulder before you got started. So they take your leverage away. So they took away your punching power by just punching you in the chest. They wouldn't necessarily even jab you in the face. They jab you in the shoulder, and they would take your leverage, and then they would follow up with the right hands strategically as they wore you down. And their hands weren't real high. If you notice, their hands were pretty much low because they were so tall. And all they had to do was put their hands above the opponent's hands, and then you're safe because then you can smother the punch, like the punch up. They wouldn't have to punch over their head like the normal guy would because they were so tall. All they had to do was punch out level to their shoulder, and they're blocking your punch. So it's very tricky at boxing and the old school tricks. But the Klitschkos were fantastic. I fought against them twice. I was in the corner against Wladimir in Hamburg. That was in October of 2007 when he fought Ray Austin. I was in Ray's corner with Stacy McKinley and Eddie George, I think his name was. He was the cut man. He was or Jimmy George. He was the famous cut man from New York. He was the cut man. So I got to work with some world class guys.